Hello YouTube family, Greg D here with TGN, and we are back for another DCUO video. And today we are going to be giving you a Earth DPS precision loadout, much like I said I would, from the updated Might loadout. So precision damage is going to be for those who want to try something a little different. This is more of a ranged way to play the game, especially if you're getting up to the top end content and you're getting frustrated because you can't really be on top of bosses or ads or anything like that, and you're noticing that you're getting knocked out a little more often. This is a little bit different of a way to play, obviously, being that you're ranged. It might not be as strong damage wise, but it's still, I feel like, does enough that you're not really going to be sacrificing too much. So with that being said, let's get right into it. So the first thing that you want to do, obviously, in your stat points, instead of doing super powered, because we're not going to be just playing with powers, you're going to be getting the majority of your damage from your weapon attacks. So you want to focus on your weapons expert, obviously get your critical attack chance, your critical attack damage, because you obviously want to have a better chance of hitting higher crits and to hit them more often. So that is going to be super important in this loadout, and much like, or I should say unlike, the Might loadout, where you're going to put all the rest of your points in Might and Power, it's better to, in this case, put skill points into the weapon trees. Now, you don't necessarily need to do Weapon Mastery, but I find it better for me personally, so, take it with a grain of salt, try it out for yourself. I'm not saying that by any means this is the be-all, end-all, but try it out, see if you like it. If you don't like it, that's fine. It is what it is. So personally, I like the two-handed into bow weapon mastery. Another good one that I personally enjoy is the martial arts into the hand blaster one. That is also a very good one. Now keep in mind as well that you will be using more of your skill points to fill out these weapon masteries, which means less skill points into the actual precision or might and power. So keep that in mind as well. You can obviously do a might loadout until you get enough skill points to where you feel comfortable, where it's not going to make that much of a sacrifice in your damage numbers. So just keep that in mind. So two-handed weapon mastery, you're going to fill out all of these, get your two-handed mastery, then you're going to all go into your bow tree here and do the same thing, get your weapon mastery. Obviously, if you were going to do the martial arts and the hand blaster, you would want to fill out that way. And then for the loadout itself, it's not too much different than the might one, but a little bit. So from left to right, we're going to go debris field, reinforce, unstoppable for our supercharged generator, totem, obviously to keep our golem crystal alive. We're going to still use the Neo Venom boost, and we're going to use the crystal golem. So one thing I will say about the unstoppable is you do need to be in that short to medium range to the enemies for this to work. I've actually tested this, and if so, like if you're way back here and you try to use it, as many of you saw from the Might video that we did not too long ago, a couple days ago, if you can use this and it gives you a big chunk of that circle to fill up that supercharge. But in this case, you don't want to be too far away, because if you're too far away, it doesn't do anything. So you need to be kind of like in a medium range. This isn't going to be like I can be all the way back here and it's going to work and I'm going to attack just fine. You need to be in this like medium range, which is like maybe about yay big. Okay, so let's get back into the loadout. Just keep that in mind. And then we're going to do supercharge, then golem. Okay, so once again, we are going to be using, we have two power interactions, but like I said in the Might video, in this case, we're not necessarily using Unstoppable for the power interaction. We're using it to help generate the supercharge. As I mentioned in the Might video, you're going to be able to, in longer alerts, longer raids, you'll be able to use Neo Venom boost 5, 6, 7 times, and that'll be a huge thing. Now, if you don't want to use a supercharge, what you could do is use what I used to use way back in the days. I used to use Rumble Crush, then into Debris Field, into Reinforce, and Totem, and those were the only powers that I used because obviously you want to focus on precision. Now, don't forget too that precision ticks are your white ticks. So obviously when you use a power, you're going to see yellow ticks. When you see weapon attacks, you're going to see white ticks. So just keep that in mind as well. So what we're going to do here is we're going to let this kind of cool down, and we'll show you how to use this. So I'm going to, for the first time, so what you're going to do is you're going to clip, and you're going to clip everything, go through your weapon attacks here. And you'll see that we're probably averaging, 9,000. The low end, you're hitting 3,000, 4,000. On the high end with the crits, you're hitting about 9,000, 9,500. So there you go. And you just want to rinse and repeat that. Now, I'm not using Totem in this sense just because I don't need it, but you would obviously want to use that as well. Now, you can see the difference here too. Now, as when we did the Might loadout, obviously you had your Might ticks that were in about that 8,000 to 9,000 range. And now you'll notice too here with the powers you're hitting maybe 1,000, but once again your damage is going to be coming from your weapon attacks. But I like the weapon mastery. I've always been a fan of weapon mastery because it can be fast, so you can actually do a decent amount of damage. You may not be the most powerful DPS there is, but I like it because I've always found this playstyle more engaging as opposed to just going through your power rotation. Some people like that. Some people it's boring, it's monotonous, it's easy. I get it. But I've always kind of liked this way. Now, I've always played with Might just because you can always do the most damage that way. But every once in a while it's fun to switch it up. So let's actually pop our trinket here. We'll go through, get everything going, and then you're just going to go through. And now, so you see there with the trinket, you're hitting maybe 10, 12,000. So not too shabby. And then you want to rinse and repeat once the powers come up. Okay. And now let's kind of, while we have time, let's get this, get our power back. And that's the one thing too, is you do save yourself from power. Obviously, without having points in power, you're going to kind of sacrifice having the power, but you're not using as much power, so it kind of, I feel like, offsets one another. So let's pop Neo Venom Boost, and let's see how much of a difference this will make. So we're going to pop that. I'm going to go through. Now you can tell that it looks like the Might ticks are a little bit higher. And it feels like you're more often than not getting those higher crits as well. And you just kind of rinse and repeat. So, like I said, maybe not as fast, maybe not as powerful, but if you want something that's a little bit more engaging, this can be the way to go, because this obviously too is a little more, you actually kind of have to pay attention to what you're doing a little bit, as opposed to just going left from right, right to left, or however you set up your tray there. But it's always been fun playing this style too, because once you get into raids and you have like a big group of ads, it's awesome to see all the numbers just flying off of there. But really, that's all there is to it. That's really all it is. So once again, we will pop our trinket, we will go through here, we'll hit some of these, and then we'll hit the Neo Venom Boost. And then hit that. So there you can see the Neo Venom Boost actually even helps your Might ticks there a little bit. And then obviously you're not going to be able to hit as many of your powers as often, just because you're not going to have the points in power, obviously. So just keep that in mind. But if you can constantly hit that unstoppable when it refreshes, that'll be your meal ticket there, because you'll be able to hit Neo Venom Boost more often, which obviously will give you that 20 to 30 second boost of increased defense, increased damage. Also, it is Much like the might video, it is imperative to say that in all of your gear mods, your artifacts, your the generator mods, that's what I was thinking of. Obviously, in those cases, you want to go precision. Obviously, with the might loadout, you want to have might and power for all of those mods as much as you can. Might and health, might and power, that kind of thing. In this case, precision and health, precision and power if you're able to. Precision is the way to go through all of the mods that you can do. So, with that being said, it's something to try. Not everybody is going to like it. Not everybody is going to find it enjoyable. Not everyone is going to find this as fun because you're not hitting as high numbers or you're not going to be the top DPS. If that's all that you're going after, then this may not be for you. But if you want something that's a little bit more engaging as opposed to just going from left to right in your power tray, this is a fun way to do it. It's a little bit more engaging. It's a little bit more fun. It may add to the experience. But try it out for yourself. Let me know if you like it. That's all I got for you today. So thank you guys so much for watching. As always, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe for more. And until next time, guys, we'll see you soon.